Hello, my name is Dana Gattikin. I'm the Ag and Natural Resource Educator with Purdue Extension in Vigo County, and this is the Veterans in Agriculture Virtual Resource Fair. We'll be talking about funding, resources, and education programs specifically for veterans. We'll end our series with a panel of veterans who currently farm. So thank you for joining us.
I'm Travis Walters with District Conservationist in Sullivan and acting in Vigo County for the time being with the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service. I got just a little slideshow. I'll go over our EQIP program and how that pertains to veteran farming. Like I said, I'm located in Sullivan County. I'm the local federal contact for the county. We help with cropland, pasture land, forest, and wildlife land uses, assist landowners with conservation, administer farm bill programs, complete conservation planning. One of our main programs, we have a few, but this is the one that for this particular program I want to focus on is EQIP, the Environmental Quality Incentive Program. EQIP is a voluntary program that helps producers achieve the compatible goals of ag production and environmental quality. Producers may receive financial and technical assistance to implement conservation practices that address natural resource concerns and opportunities to improve soil, water, air, and other natural resources. Some of our EQIP practices that we provide assistance with is wildlife habitat, changing crop. If a person wants to set aside cropland or pasture land and convert that to a better wildlife habitat, we provide assistance for that. Livestock watering facilities and pasture land improvement, those are all things in the pasture land land use, and we provide assistance for pipeline watering facilities, heavy use area protection around those watering facilities. Pasture improvement, we help provide technical assistance for planning to improve your pasture's productivity by implementing a prescribed grazing system. Manure management, we provide assistance to landowners with that have too much waste to get rid of, and we will help provide assistance to build buildings to store the manure, such as poultry operations, turkey operations, hog and cattle confined operations. We will help pay for waste storage facilities and animal mortality facilities and all the ancillary things that go along with it. Soil health practices, that's kind of the big buzzword nowadays. We help provide assistance with converting to a no-till system, cover crops, implementing cover crops, controlling erosion, any of the practices that go along with that, such as terraces, water and sediment control basins, grass waterways, etc. Water quality practices, again, those are we provide assistance for a producer to come up with a plan for their nutrient management, and then that plan would go along with the erosion control practices that they're doing. And this is for cropland, pasture land mainly, and confined feeding operations. Forestry management, we have through our EQIP program assistance for landowners to do forestry improvement practices such as forest stand improvement and brush management, which would be eradicating the non-native invasive species. And we provide assistance to landowners to hire somebody to do that or for them to do that themselves. And then transition to an organic operation. One thing in the slide here, it shows a high tunnel system. This is something we also provide assistance for or to. So moving on, EQIP eligibility. Agricultural producers and owners of non-industrial private land, forest land, and tribes are eligible to apply for EQIP. Eligible land includes cropland, pasture land, non-industrial private forest land, and other farms or pasture lands. Socially disadvantaged, beginning and limited resource farmers, Indian tribes, and veterans are eligible for an increased payment rate. And this is something I wanted to define historically underserved real quick for the purpose of this presentation. A beginning farmer or rancher, if the participant can provide one IRS form 1040 from the last 10 years that shows the participant did not file Schedule F, the participant is eligible as a beginning farmer or rancher. Exception, participants with non-industrial private forest land must provide evidence satisfactory to the STC to verify that the participant has not definitively or has not been the decision-making authority over the last 10 years for consecutive 10 years. Veteran farmer or rancher definition. If the individual can provide one IRS form 1040 from the last 10 years that shows the participant did not file Schedule F and can provide a DD form 214 report of separation documenting discharge or release under conditions other than dishonorable, the individual has documented criteria to be considered eligible as a veteran farmer or rancher. For a legal entity or joint operation to be considered a VFR entity, all members must meet the definition of veteran farmer or rancher. Exception, participants with non-industrial private forest land must provide evidence satisfactory to the STC. EQIP applicants must control or own eligible land. So you either have to own the land or the owner has to give you control of the land for purposes of the and the life of the EQIP contract. Comply with the adjusted gross income limitation provisions, which right now is $900,000. So if a applicant makes over $900,000 a year of gross income, they wouldn't be eligible for our EQIP programs. Be in compliance with the highly erodible land and wetland conservation requirements, which is something that each field office will walk them through to get that eligibility. Develop an NRCS EQIP plan of operations. So, applying for EQIP, NRCS will help eligible producers develop a conservation plan which will become the basis of the EQIP application. EQIP applications are ranked based on number of factors, including the environmental benefits and cost effectiveness of the proposal. So that's all I have, Dana, for the EQIP program and how it pertains to veterans, and I'm willing to answer any questions that they have.
Did anyone have any questions for Travis? And if so, remember to unmute yourself. So while we wait to see if anyone wants to chime in, what is the timeline on, like, when would you advise someone to start acting on getting involved in the EQIP program? So if a veteran came to me and said, I'm interested in, I own this land, I'm interested in enrolling in EQIP, when will I get my money?
Okay. The sign up is continuous, which means a producer can sign up throughout the year. Usually our deadline for applications, the way it works is kind of December, January timeframe. And then from that time to early spring is when we work on the planning, the ranking, and approving contracts. So usually in a normal year, the contracts are obligated in May, June timeframe. So then that would be, that's when the money's obligated, so they could start working on their conservation plans after that. Does that make sense?
Muted, but I've known in Vigo County, I've known 3 veteran farmers who've gotten involved in EQIP and
Uh,
have found it to be like really beneficial. So they've put it to really good use, and you can see their farms transform. So it's not only that like they're obviously reaping the benefits of it, but it's also that like they're getting a better quality land. So it's the world is better as well as the farmer walks out stronger.
yeah.
So I've seen EQIP be like really, really beneficial.
Yeah, it's a process like anything with the government. There's steps to go through, and it doesn't happen. Like if they came into my office today, they would be we would be planning for actually 2022.
Yeah. A lot of people, one of the hurdles that I've heard repeatedly is that people, I've enrolled in the program, I should get my money tomorrow. And it's like,
Yeah.
does it? Oh, it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. But it's a good time to start working on the planning process for sure.
Right. That's how you know that it'll work.
Yep.
Did anyone else have, after I've stolen the spotlight, did anyone else have questions?